Which you are going to need for, let's say you want to do them blue. Okay, I like blue. It's an easy color to kind of get started. So we're going to use exactly 3 colors, okay? We're going to use one bright blue. Well, you can use a darker blue too, but I like this one. It's like a blue slash turquoise a little bit. We're going to use black, and we're going to use white. Let's use that one. It says Corax white. It's not the best one, but it's one. And then we are going to need something very... Well, we're going to need 2 brushes, okay? One that we're going to call your regular brush. Mine is this one, super small. And one that we're going to call a finesse brush. And this is going to be our finesse brush, okay? So step 1, we are going to start on black. And the goal here is just to make sure that like our power weapon is entirely black. We don't want any other color showing through. Right. Next up, we're going to use our finesse tool. So we're going to take our blue here. You can use any blue. I like this one. It's a little bit leaning on the turquoise. Maybe it's light a little bit. That's fine. You can use any regular blue. Like Calidor blue would work like really well. I like Temple Guard. And then we're just going to prime ourselves for a good old-fashioned dry brush. Now, the lighter your blue is at this stage, the more you want to dry your dry brush. And then the darker it is, the more leeway you have. Okay, so always this. So from the outside towards the inside and with a slight angle. I'm going to put my hand there so that my weapon does not move too much. And I'm going to stop this 2/3 of the way down. I'm going to do the exact opposite of what I just did. Again, starting same way. Ending 2/3 of the way down. Now we're going to repeat this exact same process, okay? So far, you can tell that you can do this because I'm not even looking at what we're doing. So now you have something that looks like this. Come on, buddy. And you can see, so it's on the lighter side here, meaning there's not a lot of blue. So we're going to change our angle a little bit just to add some more blue into the power weapon. And basically the goal is to get like all black and then slowly merging into a lot of the blue on top. Same thing. There's almost more paint on my fingers than on the blade. This is perfectly fine. Okay, we're cool with this. We do not care. Alright, if I give you like a close-up, we get this thing here. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. You can get a little bit more. You can adjust here, you know. And at the very end here, you can see I'm like going like maybe just a third of the way. And I'm switching my angle to really brush it on, so that the tip is really blue. And now, I'm not going to wash this brush, okay? No washing. We're just going to keep using it. Now I'm going to use my white here. This one is kind of like trash, but it's fine. It's going to work out anyway. I say it's trash just because Corax white is like not actually, it's like off-white a little bit. It's got some weirdness to it. So the reason I'm not washing it, I've like dry brushed with my dry brush, and so there's almost no blue paint left, but there's just a little bit of it left, and that will make this transition a little bit smoother. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna rub it off, and then we're gonna dry brush. But now instead of going from like 2/3 of the way down towards the top, we're gonna go just a third, and we're gonna do the same weird angle thingy. Something like this. Come on, camera. Give it to me. And then, so now you could kind of like stop here and go straight to the next step. But we could also do one more pass with our like regular. Now for this one, you can't use Corax white for that next step because it's just too bad. We have to use like actual white. So I'm sorry. We should not have started with Corax white, but it was right there, guys. I was being lazy. You can use white. So now, and this takes a little bit more control. So you don't have to do it, but because you know we're showing you an extra way. So what I want to do is just get it like to the flat angle and the flat angle. And then I just want to add just a white line on the side here. White. So that's perfect. And you can see here, I'm trying to switch it. So I'm going like on the same side of my blade here. So I'm going really on the side. I'm not trying to like poke it. I'm going like perpendicular almost, just to get that line in the middle. Again, this step here you can skip it if you're like, it's optional. If you don't feel like super comfortable with it, just skip this step. But it adds a little bit of like crispness. And then we can take. We're going to need an extra color. We can take this one. It's a contrast Azurman blue or Drakenhof Nightshade. So if we want Drakenhof Nightshade, we can use it almost as is. Azurman blue, we have to thin down like a motherfucker because it's like this stuff is like potent. So we have to thin it down a lot. And now what I want to do is do one even coat of this thing. I want to start at the top and just do one pass towards the black part. So this brings out a lot of the blue back into my power weapon. And also into the black as well. So because right now, you know, like we left like a lot of the black showing through. We could be like a little bit more aggressive with it. It doesn't matter. This is like the part where you get to choose. But in terms of like an easy power weapon, this was like a 3-color combo. No, 4. I counted right the first time, right? So 4-color combo. And it took the majority of it took part with a brush this size here. That's like literally the brush is bigger than the blade. So not a lot of like talent required here. It's just following a couple of easy steps. And then we have, you know, a pretty straightforward thing. And then even if we kind of like kick it up a notch, this is like the final result. And I mean, took us with like, I don't know, 5 minutes at best. And you can take, you know, as much time as you want here. You can do more blue, more white, whatever. I like this one because it gives me a big contrast. And again, I don't think anybody will pull a muscle trying to do